surprising to you. I don't think it would be surprising to anyone.
You can't, well, no.
Like I said, when people say they're dumb, I say, probably not. Because I can't do...
What's your teacher's?
Right, but there's different types of smarts. Ask me to change my own line.
I know people don't want my finger to do it.
Ask me to teach calculus, I could do it.
Yeah, right.
So just because you're not smart at math doesn't mean you're dumb.
No.
You don't need to know. Okay. So what we're looking at today, is similar to what we did Friday. We grab the lights, please, Sean. Similar to what we did Friday, except we are writing equations. Instead of just saying if they're parallel or perpendicular, we're taking it one step further and we're writing equations. Okay? Listen up, please. This is 4.10. We have one more lesson. So probably a week from today is when we'll do the study guide day for Chapter 4. So a week from today, I'm going to be checking all of your notes for Unit 4. So if you're missing days, you need to get paper copies from me and get on Google Classroom and get them down. Otherwise, I'm going to be checking for 11 pages of notes. Okay? So what we're going to do today, we are going to write parallel and perpendicular equations. Again, 90% of this stuff is review. We're just putting it together. Okay? So part of it is going to be reviewing that we did Friday, and part of it is going to be what we're doing, reviewing what we did early last week. Okay? So hopefully some of this stuff looks familiar. A couple things that we need to keep in mind. Parallel equations have what kind of slopes? Same or equal, however you want to write it. They have the same slope. Perpendicular equations have the negative reciprocal slope. And we talked about this on Friday. We just did it on the warm-up. So we're going to use what we did Friday, and we're going to combine it with what we did earlier last week. We just have a few examples to look at. Let's look at parallel equations. Let's look at the first example. Write the equation of the line that passes through the point -2, 7 and is parallel to the line y equals -4x plus 1. So something to keep track here. We are writing a different equation. So we are writing a brand new equation that represents a line that goes through the point -2, 7 and is parallel to the line y equals -4x plus 1. Now, you don't have to write this down. Don't write this down in your notes, but I just want to show you real quick. So up here, let me just show you what we're doing. If I have a point, it goes through the point -2, 7. So left 2, up 7. So right there. So if that's the point, I want a line that goes through that point and passes through, or is parallel to the line y equals -4x plus 1. If I graph y equals -4x plus 1, I go up 1, down 4, right 1. So what I want to do is I want to write a line that is parallel to that line that goes through the point -2, 7. So we're going to write the equation of that line right there. So that's what we're doing with these. We are writing the equation of a brand new line. Okay? First thing we need to do is I need to find the slope. So there's going to be 2 steps. So keep track of the steps so you don't get lost. First thing is I need to find the slope. Logan, keep your head up for me, please. Logan, keep your head up, please. First thing we need to do is we need to find the slope. Look at the information they give you. What information do they give me? They give me an ordered pair, and they also give me a what? The equation that my line is what? Read it. No? They give me the point my line goes through, and they also give me the equation what? That my line is parallel to. How can I find the slope if they give me a point it goes through, and they give me the line that is parallel to? I need to find the slope. Look at the information they give you. They give you a point, they give you one point it goes through, and they give you the equation of the line that is parallel to. How can I find the slope of my line if they give me a point it goes through and the line that is parallel to? David, please stop.
What?
Please stop. Okay, think about it. Can I use the slope formula, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1? No, why not? I only have 1 point, so I can't use that to find slope. How else can I find slope? David.
Yes.
Okay, we can use y equals mx plus b. What do you notice about this equation?
It's already in there.
It's already y equals mx plus b. If I want to find the slope of the equation that's parallel to this line, what's the slope going to be?
4.
What's the slope going to be if my line I'm trying to write is parallel to this line? -4. Why do I know my slope that I'm trying to write is -4?
Because it's in front of that.
Do what?
Because it's in front of that.
Two different lines. This line has a slope of -4. But why is this line I'm trying to write that's parallel to that line also -4?
Because it's the same.
It's the same. So what you need to keep in mind is I am writing a brand new equation. So if I know it is parallel to this line, then I know the slopes are the same. So if the slope of this line is -4, then the slope of the line parallel to it is also going to have a slope of -4. Now, what equation do I use if I know my slope is -4 and it goes to the point -2,7? What equation do I use to write the line if I know my slope and a point? Nope. That's slope and y-intercept.
X1.
Yeah, and you have it flipped.
Huh?
You have it. You're on the right track.
Y.
No, that's the slope.
Y minus Y1.
Y minus y1 equals.
M
Okay, keep going.
parentheses X minus X.
Good. This is what we did early last week and the week before. So I gave you the slope I just found to be -4, and I gave you a point it goes through. So use this formula like we did last week. So like I said, a lot of this is going to be review. So y minus y1, that's going to be y minus what? 7 equals your slope, which is times x minus -2. So once you find the slope, you're going to use that formula like we've done before. Okay, y minus 7 equals x minus a -2.
It'd be positive.
Change it to plus. X plus 2. What do I do with the -4?
Multiply.
Okay, so -4x
Whatever it does.
-4x what?
Plus
Minus 8.
per
-4 plus 2 minus 8. And then let's go ahead and solve this for y by doing what?
add 7.
Add 7. So this is the equation of the line that is parallel to that line and goes to the point -2,7.
That's the same thing.
It's not the same thing.
You just flip the.
Well, yeah, it's different, but the slopes are the same because they are parallel, but everything else is different.
Oh, you saying the one and the one's opposite?
Yeah, it doesn't. I mean, it just happens to be, but yeah. So the slopes are the only thing that matters because I know they're parallel. The y-intercept will change, but they just happen to be.
Okay, can I just ask
Yes.
one question? I don't know if it always works or whatever, but why couldn't you just say y equals -4x and use the y plus 7?
Okay, so on this one, what she's asking, and that brings up where a lot of mistakes are made. This is a completely different equation. We're trying to write the equation that is parallel to this line. The -2,7, 7 is not the y-intercept, it's just a point. So you can't just plug it in here. Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not the y-intercept, so you can't just plug
But
it
it does
in.
work on this one, I think.
Yeah, I'll have to look. But yeah, it's a completely different line. So let's go and look at number 2. First thing we need to find is I need to find the slope. Okay, I want to write the equation of the line that goes through the point 3, -1 and is parallel to this line. I need to find the slope of the line I'm trying to write. If I know it's parallel to this line, I know the slopes will be the what? Same. If the line I'm trying to write is parallel to this line, I know the slopes are the same. So let's try to find the slope of this line, and then I know my slope that I'm trying to write will be the same. So I notice that my equation is in what form? Standard. Can I find this slope easily when it's in standard form? No. So what do I need to do to this equation to easily be able to find the slope? Solve for y. So we're going to subtract x. So this is similar to what we did on the warm-up, where it's in standard form. I need to solve for y so I can find the slope easily. So we'll subtract x. Negative 3y equals 9 minus x. What do I do next? Divide by negative 3. Check your little mistakes. Y equals 9 divided by negative 3. Negative 1 over negative 3.
Positive.
Positive. Negative over negative. Positive what? 1/3 x. So check your little mistakes. Now, I have that equation in slope-intercept form. What is the slope of this equation? 1/3. So the slope of the line of the equation parallel to it is going to be what? If the equation I'm trying to write is parallel to this line, I know the slope of the equation I'm trying to write will be 1/3. Since they are parallel, I know my slopes are the same. So find the slope of the equation they give you, and then the slope of the line I'm trying to write will also be 1/3. Now, I know a slope and I know a point. So what do I do to write the equation if I know a slope and a point? Give you an equation over here. Yep. This is called the point slope. So when I give you a point and a slope, so start plugging stuff in. Y minus what? Negative 1, like we've done before, equals times x minus 3. So once you find the slope, then you plug in your point and your slope like you've done before. Y minus negative 1. Y plus 1. Distribute the third. Use a calculator. 1/3 times x. 1/3 times negative 3. Negative 1. Do what? You're good? Okay, let's solve for y. What do I do to solve for y? Minus 1, minus 1. Y equals 1/3 x minus 2, and that's your equation. So the key thing is, find the slope of the equation they give you, and then you know your slope is parallel, so that tells you your slope because they have to be the same. And then you do it the same way we've done before. Okay? Any questions? Okay. Let me go ahead and pass homework out. You can get started on it.